Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can tell, I have done a look with the matte metal or MetalMatte, however you want to say it, Kat Von D palette that just launched. This is actually the first time I have ever bought any of her shadows. I've always just kind of passed on them. The past couple holidays palettes that she's had, I'm just kind of been whatever about, but then this one came out, and not only with the amount of shadows and with the price point, but the size of the shadows and the colors and the versatility with having the metals and the mattes. I had to give in. I was like, I want that palette. So I decided to give in and order it. I really like this palette. I'm pretty impressed by it. The metals are so soft, almost kind of not wet and not quite moist, but like just almost kind of cool to the touch. And they had a little bit of kickback or kick up or dust up when I touched my brush in it, but as soon as I put it and I lightly touched each time, I didn't go in at all. I basically took my brush, touched, and then worked. And some of it I did build up a little bit compared to others, but I mean so I kind of used some colors that were more intense shades, so I wanted to be very careful, and they still came out pretty intense for just a, I mean that's all I did when I put my brush to pan, boop. And when it came to applying onto the eyelid, there was no dust whatsoever. I didn't even have to clean up under my eyes at all. Like, I could have done full face makeup and then do my eyes, but I never do that because I always start with my eyes just in. With this palette, I feel there is a lot of versatility. You can do a lot of looks. You can be super soft, romantic, bold, neutral. I mean, I'm glad that I waited, because I know a lot of people loved like the La Vida Loca palette, and the Serpentina I wasn't really excited about. Even the Interstellar one, I just kind of looked at it and it didn't excite me. And I mean, I'm a little bit of a palette whore, I'm not gonna lie, but I'm so much of a palette whore that I bought palettes that I was really hoping, because of the brand, like the Peach palette from Too Faced, I was so disappointed with that. I haven't even used it. You know what? I need to try to use it just to see if I can like it, because my friend and I, we were really excited about it, but it just, anywho. So I'm definitely going to play a lot with this palette. It is huge. It is so, look how big this palette is compared to my face. It's longer than my freaking forearm, and I'm 5'7". I have long arms. So now what I'll do is I'm going to link a couple other women YouTube videos that are not as popular or well known as some of the other YouTubers that have done reviews on this, and I'm going to do it of women of color, because I'm really pale, so obviously a lot of the colors are going to show up really well for me just because of my skin tone. And so I'm going to link a couple ladies' videos down in the description box that are a couple different shades darker than me, so that way you can kind of get an idea of how it performs on someone else that might be of a similar skin tone as you, because I know that there's a lot of issues with some palettes where it's just hard to find something that works with your skin tone, if it's going to be pigmented enough or opaque enough and workable. So I will do that, and I hope you enjoy the tutorial. Thanks for stopping by. Subscribe if you'd like to see more. Thank you so much. Have an amazing day. Okay, my eyes are set and primed with 24-Hour Insurance by Too Faced and the shade Bone. Then I go into Silk for my first transition shade. Now going into Velvet, which is a very pretty shade, I start to deepen up the crease and my outer V area, working very slow to build it up. Only dipped it in once before placing it onto my eye to blend.
Searching for higher ground, can't see in front of me. My enemies have tried every possibility, ability to know if I can bleed. If that's what you wanted, you won't get it tonight. 'Cause I can fly, I can fly.
Now going back into Silk, I'm just placing it right above and on the top tip just to blend it back out a little bit more into the shade of Velvet. I take my time when doing this part since I do have hooded eyes, because depending on how lazy my eyes are depends on how often I do this to keep them as open looking as possible. I did not realize my camera was not recording this part, but I took Watt to start shading in and pressing into my outer V to the middle center of my eyelid, so I do greatly apologize about that. And taking Glitz, I start to place it onto the inner corner of my eye. What I start to do is kind of like a pat drag, because this is just the start to help blend in the third color I'll be using. I just wanted to place this first as a starter. And then I go into Flash to try to blend into Watt and Glitz for the center. Now I take my time here because I don't want to have it completely overshadow Watt. Even though Flash is very pigmented, I go in really soft to do a soft blend. And then I go back in a little bit with a dash of Velvet just to reaffirm that smoky in my crease area from where I had Watt kind of blending into it, just to make it a little bit more pronounced. And I also went back in with Silk as I did before, just to blend it a little bit more. I don't think it was quite necessary, it was just personal choice. Then I finished off the look by smoking out my lower lash line with Velvet and Flash, some Too Faced Better Than Sex mascara, and Riches lipstick from Kat Von D. Thank you for watching. Have an amazing day.